Hi everybody and welcome to the Scrap Box. I'm Andrew and this is my ginormous lighthouse. You see, it's a great lighthouse except for one small problem. It is completely empty inside. So just last week we took the bottom floor of this lighthouse and we took it from an empty husk with nothing inside of it, and we decided to make it look beautiful. This new addition includes not only a bathroom but also a beautiful kitchenette and a strange hatch that leads down into the cellar, and a wonderful staircase as well. However, we can't stop here. We can't fill just the bottom floor out, so we gotta build up the rest of it. But first, I want to go back and fix the lighthouse top. If we look inside, the motor is extremely clunky and huge and full of gears, and it works terribly, and it's also, I don't know, extremely loud when it's in the room. Oh look, you can even see it skips. Oh, that's bad. So instead, we're replacing this old terrible system with a nice new motor designed specifically for this purpose. No gear ratio exchange, just all inside that little orange bit, and it's going to be phenomenal and quiet. And also, I'm going to give it a new mirror as well. Please don't ask why this one's broken. It is the third mirror I tried to pop out. They all came out like this. Don't judge me. I also got a new super powerful LED flashlight, and all I need is the LED portion. So to get inside, I used a lot of tools. But I did it. I got the LED, and all it cost me was my thumb. Oh, and the complete rest of the flashlight. The LED was then mounted to the top of the lighthouse facing downwards and fastened with its original flashlight lens to make a nice perfect beam. The mirror was mounted at a 45-degree angle, and luckily the axle of the motor I ordered was perfectly 1 Lego stud diameter. I put them together very briefly, and now I know that it is not only brighter, it is also smoother and so much quieter. To finish up my repairs, I of course had to hide the motor as it is not Lego legal, and I did so by simply tiling off the exterior portions. Now with that out of the way, we can finally get to the interior of the lighthouse. The other week we did a really nice job making the downstairs of this lighthouse. However, to proceed further, we're going to need a ceiling. And then of course after that, a new floor. And now we can build. This second floor will be the lighthouse keeper's bedroom, and so we're starting off with a back wall where we have a headboard and 2 sconces, which are going to be perfect for reading, and hopefully I'll be able to light them up. If they have a headboard, of course they have to have the rest of the bed, and you probably already noticed that I tried to tile off as much of the inverted studs as I could. I thought the letter on the bed gives it a more lived-in feel. For the wall on the right, we're going to start off pretty simple with a bucket. Why a bucket? Well, it's perfect for gardening. In fact, there's going to be a whole table dedicated to plants. As you see on the top, there is a watering pot, some shears. In fact, I'm going to reconfigure these shears so they can have succulents in the background. There we go, nice and compact. And of course, a large towering plant on the right-hand side. Now on the first floor, the removable portion was the staircase, and it will be the same in the second story. However, we're going to have a nice spiraled staircase. We'll make the railing with one of Lego's lesser known pieces, the bendable tube. We'll also give that wall a little hamper for the laundry, as well as attempting to tile off as many inverted studs as possible. But between you and me, I'm almost out of inverted tiles. The last thing the bedroom needs, of course, is a dresser. And upon that dresser, we're going to put a lamp, a pocket watch, and of course a mirror to get ready in the morning. With those pieces all in place, we are finally done with the bedroom portion, and we're ready to move on to the next floor. It looks nice. In order to create the next layer, we're going to keep up with the tradition of adding a ceiling, of course followed by a floor. I even added some of the columns in there. Now this strange piece may look weird, but it's actually part of a snot technique as I build a desk for our first wall. In fact, I really got to utilize the wall's strange shape and inverted structure in order to create cubbies and shelves and all that fun stuff, and I think the desk looks really nice, but what would look better is if it was covered in junk. The disc will take that left wall right there, and it looks perfect, but it needs an over-engineered chair. Now that we have that, I can set that right down there, and our study's looking pretty good so far, but it is also missing some key components, such as a giant bookshelf. Now to make a giant bookshelf, we're going to once again utilize the inverted studs and these cool snot bricks in order to build the most radical bookshelf you've ever seen. Or the lamest bookshelf you've ever seen. Personally, it's in between those two. But if you thought it was done, then you'd be wrong, because of course it needs a little resting area, a little book nook, if you will, for you to climb in and enjoy yourself with a nice comfy pillow and a nice little drawer for extra storage. Alright, let's put that one in there, and we got an extra staircase that I made off screen because you don't need to see it twice, and it's looking pretty complete except for that final wall. Lighthouse keepers have secrets. They have things they want to lock away. So here's some lock cabinets with some cool artifacts on the top of it. And now the study is done. Now if you have to guess what we need to get to the next layer, you're not paying attention, because obviously it's a ceiling and then a floor. And now that we're here, we could add those extra columns and then get to work. Now, the thing I almost forgot about, and the most important thing, is it needs a ladder that actually goes to the top of the lighthouse. So I'm putting that in first. Now that we've got that out of the way, I've realized I have no more inverted stud tiles, and we're just going to have to cover it the best we can. Speaking of which, I'm going to cover this wall with a washer and dryer. Now these washer and dryers are a little more compact than you normally see them when they're made by Lego, but they look nice, and they even have a little detergent that sits on top of it. And that looks good, but not all clothes can be dried in a dryer, so of course there's a clothesline which will hang the Lightkeeper's extra clothes upon. And there's even a little sack for any dirty clothes. Now, old lighthouses need repairs and supplies, so we're going to add a numerous amount of crates and vague boxes that should be filled with those supplies, and of course a toolbox to help fix things, and cleaning supplies for all of your spills and spilt beans. I even added a good old-fashioned bar of soap and a little extra lock on the floor for added decor. Now, with those pieces done, we could finally lock up our 4 floors of the lighthouse and put the top on, marking this section complete. Now, the problem with making interiors with roofs on them is it gets really dark. So the solution is obviously to light it up from the inside. Now, for me, this took hours. For you, it looks like this. As you can see, it was really difficult to hide all the wires inside. However, I did manage to paint them white so they fade in the background. I also kept them in the little corner so they're not really obstructing any of the views. Now that we have this all put together, I can finally take my entire lighthouse and put it back where it belongs, and we could get the final look. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my lighthouse build. This has been the Scrap Box. I've been Andrew, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure to like, subscribe. I can't wait for this beam to get into my eyes. Don't blind yourself like that. Ooh, it just missed me. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Bye.